burning the bottom of your pan. So I'm going to be stirring this up. Wow, can you see that? Hello everybody, hope you're doing good. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is a little bit of a cheeky video because one of the last videos I did, if not the last one, we did the edible erupting volcano cake, which was one of 3 options. Mrs. Barry was hounding me, please make the big millionaire shortbread. A lot of you guys did want that, but the volcano, as you've seen on the video, did win that poll. And I've been teasing Mrs. B through the week actually. The other day, this is like literally one left. In supermarkets, they sell like these really tiny versions. I like stuck one by her bedside table last night. She's like, I hate you. So don't worry, I'm sure I'll be able to do that video soon. Mrs. B is on a half day at work today. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, just done the school run, just walked the dogs, and I'll give myself roughly 3.5 hours to make a massive millionaire shortbread to hopefully surprise Mrs. B. When she went to work today, I was like, oh yeah, I'll try and do that on a video sometime soon. She's got no idea. She actually thinks I'm doing something savoury today. So let's crack on. I've got the perfect thing. I've got an oven. Because a millionaire shortbread is traditionally sort of cut into a square shape. The oven, right? This whole shelf is pretty much a nice sort of square. So we're going to custom shelf this with a Barry Lewis gadget box and foil right now. It should work stonkingly. So without further ado, hopefully the next thing you'll see is a nice foil wrapped tray. All right, long story short, I just tried to make one and fit it in the oven. It didn't work. There was a lot of profanity, so I've taken another step. But you can just about see my logo there. This is my last little bit of foil going on. I need to make sure every little speck of foil is covering the cardboard. We don't want that. But that, my friends, is looking rather epic indeed. That's going to be our tray for our shortbread, which we're going to make right now. Oh, actually, no, we better make sure it fits. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but Cinderella, you shall go to the ball. Okay, so this is the build up to a millionaire shortbread. You have got the shortbread base, which we're doing now. I'm not so worried about that. The most tricky bit with it is actually going to be the caramel center to make that set and to make it the quantity we're doing, okay? If we don't get it right, it's going to be gooey and not set at all, which my plan will fail. And then the chocolate is just poured on top. So the base, we're ready for that now. This is going to be the critical stage. Let's go. Shortbread. Oh, and this is my sexy lens that I don't use all the time, but it's quite cool, isn't it? I just had a missed call from Mrs. Barry.
Welcome to the O2 messaging service.
Oh, no.
The person you are calling...
Why? Do you hit it when someone rings you and you ring them straight back and they don't answer? If she walks through the door now, that's... oh, right. Anyhow, shortbread. This is what 300 grams of caster sugar looks like. This is what Pug salt and pepper shakers look like, but that's beside the point. This is what 800 grams of softened butter looks like. Oh, hang on. Let's try that again. We'll go for the flour first of all. The flour in with the sugar, and we'll mix this together just to merge it, just because they're both dry ingredients, all right? And now, as you've seen, many viewers of the channel over the years will know that this step is something I absolutely detest, where you would normally get your hands in and rub it together, working the butter into the flour and sugar. But there's a gadget for that. Yes, this thing, which is basically called a pastry blender. One of you guys actually told me about that a long time ago, and it has been one of my best finds ever. You can, oh no, I should have broken my butter down a bit more, but yes, that's why you need to slice it up, Barry, but you can just basically work it through. So it's doing the job of rubbing the butter for you so you don't get any on your hands, as I say that I've got it on my knuckles. Right, just blend it in. That is actually starting to work really, really well. When I've made this in the past, if it is still a little bit dry once you've fully blended it in, you can add a real smidgen of milk, but you really want to try and avoid that as you can, if you can. Brilliant, first time. Don't need to retake that, do we? All right, so that will do. It's a little bit lumpy. Looks like clouds in a bowl, really. But are clouds lumpy? That might have been the worst reference ever. All I'm doing now, I mean, you're supposed to knead it really, but I'm just really, for this point, ensuring that I'm getting all the flour, gathering up anything that I've missed, and kind of bringing it as a bit of a dough, but we'll get that effect as we press it into our tray as well. I'm just kind of playing with it, but you do want to knead it anyway, just to ensure that you have got it nice and mixed together. It is tempting to want to eat it, but not that tempting. So I think the best way to do this is to just dump this whole mixture in. Oh my gosh. This is great because I've kind of got like a cat litter tray. Probably not the best reference, but I've got a little tray that we can press down and work into the sides. This is fun. CPR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, check this out. I've pressed it all down, and it's quite tricky because I'm not sure if it's that even. In some places it feels quite thick, and others it feels really, really thin. So what I'm gonna do is actually make another batch of the same amount just to make sure that I've got, and I want it to have a good slab there, all right? So we'll jump to me doing all that again. I'm gonna run out of time. I just want it to be right. See you in a minute. Ugh. Long story short, I'm just done. Well, hey, another batch on there, and it probably looks identical now to you, but that has been so worth it. I've brought the levels up, I'm pressing it right down, and it feels more substantial now. It feels like we've got a good potential for a base. The only thing I'm worried about is maybe there might be like 2 separate layers within a layer, but it should bake and merge. Speaking of that, I'm gonna get it in the oven now and bake it. Probably for a long time, actually. I'm not really prepared for this. It's nearly 10 o'clock, and you'd normally bake it for around about 20 minutes. Please shut. I'm gonna give it probably 45, an hour, until it's done, basically. I might need to cover it in foil if it catches too quickly. Other than that, there's no point me doing anything else until I know that this is done. So we're against the clock now. All right, folks, I've baked it to the point where I'm starting to wonder whether it's gonna like turn burnt to a crisp. It smells so good in here. I trusted it so much so that I nipped to the shop and bought some more stuff for the caramel because I'm thinking my ratio might be out slightly. So let's get out the oven. Just before I do get it out, if you have not backed the Kickstarter campaign for the pizzeria, which I'm pleased to say has fully funded. I didn't get to announce it because by the time I announced it, it was already launched, the last video I did. So it's been a crazy few days, fully funded already, but you can continue to pledge if you wish, which will make things so much more exciting. Check out so many perks. And I thought, while I'll do that, every time I mention it, whilst the campaign is still live, I'll do a pizza dad joke. So today's pizza dad joke is, I burnt my Hawaiian pizza the other day. I should have put it on aloha setting. Speaking of aloha setting, it has browned on the top. I put foil on, but I don't mind that because it should be getting covered in our caramel. Does look more like a cake, but I promise you it smells so good. It will be wobbly as well. Not like wobbly like a cake, but it will be sort of loose. So we need to let it cool down fully. I'm actually glad I'm the only one here right now because as we know, the oven gloves have got holes in at the moment. We don't have any other ones. I've ordered some more, so I'm using tea towels over the top. Ah, yes. Alright, so this is how it's looking. It is actually quite firm, to be honest, but once it cools down, it'll firm up even more to that lovely shortbread biscuitiness. To the left over there, we've got the bits to make the caramel filling, which could make or break this. We've got about 90 minutes left to do it all. In this massive saucepan are 9 tins of condensed milk. I thought I'd just show you opening one because it gets a bit messy. Oh, if I can get the lid off, there we go. Oh, you see, this stuff is insanely naughty. And I've done that 9 other times off camera. 3.9 kilos of condensed milk. 500 grams, and then 1 kilo of muscovado sugar. And then that, wow, a kilo of butter. We're gonna melt this up. First thing is gonna melt up, merging together the sugar and the butter and the milk together, and then we're gonna bubble it away, simmer it down, which will hopefully help with the thickness. Because that is where this can go wrong. It's literally make or break, because if we make this too runny, it will never ever fully set in the fridge. Oh my gosh. The most important thing is to keep this mixing, even when you're making it on a really small ratio, because you do not want the sugar burning the bottom of your pan. So I'm gonna be stirring this up. Wow, can you see that? We're gonna be stirring this up for quite a while. But you know, it's not the most boring thing to do. It's actually quite relaxing. This smells amazing. The sugar's all dissolved through. You must keep stirring that. I can't reiterate that enough. All I'm doing now is gonna drive this up to a boil, get it bubbling away, but still stirring it all the time. Ah, look at that, it's bubbling away, amazing. So again, the very exciting stirring step, but that is exciting seeing it bubble like that, I love it. So I'm gonna let it bubble like this for probably a couple of minutes, and then we'll lower the heat down and then continue to cook it, stirring again, amazing, for around about 10 to 15 minutes. Well, that's going good, unless you want to burn your hand. That's caramel that splashed up on my hand. And, more importantly, what are you doing here?
I came to surprise you for lunch.
You came to surprise me for lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, you try and do one thing, eh? Actually, you were here just then when I burnt my hand. Can you do a reenactment of the noise I made? Pour a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's more than I wanted. Okay, a little bit more. Oh my gosh, this is so hot. Oh, this is so hot. This is ridiculously hot. I just want to make sure I don't spill it over the edge. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to leave that there like that. There's a little bit left. If I push that any more, it could get really dangerous. It's not leaked through. Mrs. B, you've actually ended up being part of this now. You're just like, it's like a sea of caramel. We've just got it on an old chopping board that I've got, so we can now hopefully lift it into the garage as our fridge. See ya. All right, folks, here it is in the garage, just cooling down. If we can get it to like reasonable room temperature, it's then going in the fridge to hopefully, I don't know if this is gonna work, hopefully firm up. I think trying to do this in half a day was a little bit optimistic. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've got it out over there. The actual garage has done its job, and the caramel, in fact, let me show you. Why don't I show you? It's quite gummy if I go like that, do you know what I mean? It's got like a skin on it, but it's actually holding its shape. And it's still, like, it's not chilled. So when it chills, hopefully it will hold. And then we can get the chocolate on as well. So let's get it in the fridge. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, it is heavy, but... Did that fit? That felt a bit, that sounded a bit squishy. Oh my gosh. Oh, I might have to take it off the wire rack, which is giving it stability. Moment of contemplation. Good morning, folks. I can't remember where we got up to last night because it got crazy. This is a clip I took on my phone in my office of absolute carnage. Can you hear that? I'll finish the video tomorrow. Yeah, there's me wanting to make a giant millionaire shortbread. Right, you didn't know I did that, did you? Trying to make a giant millionaire shortbread in a few hours to surprise you. You came home from work early. I'm like, it's all right, we can still do this. Good news is it's been in the fridge overnight, looking amazing. And I'm melting chocolate for the, what the heck was that? For the next stage. It was hell.
What, the kids?
Oh my gosh.
Screaming.
It was just like audible, like, ah! I'm like, I can't film in this and I can't live in this.
They did go outside after that though.
They're not like...
And made just as much noise
Yeah, but
outside.
they're not like cats, you don't shoo them outside. Like, why can't they be like pugs, like down there? They're just like chilling out. Anyhow, we have got a monstrosity of set caramel in my fridge. Look at this. Oh, that's so good. And the great thing is, even last night it was firm and set, but now it's so chilled. It is ready for a drenching of the final layer of a millionaire's shortbread, which I suddenly realised I didn't need to show you the little mini one because we've got an amazing picture on our wall. I think Mrs. B got these online somewhere. I can't remember the name of the company that does them, but that's quite cool. I think that's the inspiration why she wanted one. Basically, I'm melting some chocolate up here. I thought I'd go bain-marie style. Oh my gosh, you just appeared. I'm gonna add some other non-melted stuff in the stir through at the end, which we're gonna drench. Ow! We're gonna coat on top of that chilled caramel so it should cling to it almost immediately, ready for you to have a giant millionaire shortbread at like 10 in the morning.
Or to myself.
You can have it. I just want to finish this video. This was supposed to be over this time yesterday. I was slaving away for you. Stir that through, me old fruit. Oh my gosh. This, I took it off the tray. It doesn't matter. It feels like it's got its own shelf anyway because of the biscuit. Ah! Can you explain how cold that is? Can you use your best descriptive words?
Cold.
Brilliant. You just said off camera, that's quite hot. But we want it to be fairly warm because that's going to cool it down and it will otherwise set too quick. We need to spread it fast, at pace. My name is Maximus Eradimus Spasimus, and this is my colleague Becky. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to pour the melted chocolate over the chilled caramel base. Do you accept my mission?
Mission accepted. Why can't I get a fancy name? Ready?
Yeah, what have I taught you? Let them see.
That's
Let them see.
Starting there.
No.
Right.
No, sometimes in the pitch, used to
Right,
I'll
it's
pour
hot.
like
I'm
that,
just
and I'm
gonna
like,
go.
I'm recording
I'm
this.
just gonna go.
And like, they didn't see that. This is for you. Oh, I had a tweet about you guys watching on TV.
Watch out, your
Ow!
face.
You're stabbing me in the neck with a spoon. So many of you are watching on TV, and I sometimes say, check the link in the description. You're like, I can't. I'm on the sofa with my grandma. It's amazing. When I first started doing YouTube, it was just like, no, just watch on my little Dell.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to show you the base of the bowl now.
They don't like that.
What do you mean?
This is amazing. Look at this.
I'm gonna spread tea.
Oh, look at you with your posh spatula. Where'd you get that from?
The drawer.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gave you the kids one.
Brilliant. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes.
Should we tap it like chocolate tempura style?
I think if we do that, it will. No.
Just tappy tap. See? What? See, it's settling. I want to get this in the fridge right now. Do you want to do it with me?
Uh-oh.
What?
Am I just making more marks?
Yes.
Get some white chocolate and drizzle.
Not doing white chocolate, mate.
Lines. Have you seen that?
Have you
Sometimes-
seen the budget I've spent on this?
Have you seen that there? You get
10 tins of condensed milk in that. Do you know how much that is? This is all for you. Surprise. I should be able to do this on my own back. Don't rush to help me. Yeah, because actually that biscuit base is super strong. We'll get that in there. And that chocolate should not take that long to set. Right, hold out your hands. Ready?
Yep.
Got it?
Nothing. Nothing there.
There it is, there it is.
Ah.
I had to do it one more time.
I do know what it looks like though, because they help.
You don't
put
know
the
what it looks
chocolate
like.
on.
This is different.
Did you do some white chocolate fancy marker
I
effect?
didn't.
Oh.
Ready? Hang on, stay.
Not the dogs. I don't like it. Where are you?
Open your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
That looks amazing, doesn't it?
That's mad.
Thank you so much for inviting some other children over last night and forcing me to keep this in the fridge overnight for an amazing set. The biscuit is amazing. It's like proper like wedge, like that's gorgeous.
That's like a proper. You could build a house with that.
We're just taking the thumbnail picture and legitimately Mrs. B can't lift it.
Don't, because I'll drop it.
No, don't. Hadouken.
Oh my gosh. That's so heavy.
Come on now. It was like a baby. Come on. I made this for you. Went through all the pain. And now you get to have the picture with it.
Thanks. My arms are hurting.
I'm just going to leave you there until you drop it. Like.
Seriously, because I will drop
Yeah,
it.
do it. Drop it. It's fine.
No.
We're not eating that. Look at that nugget there. That's fine there, isn't it? Well, how much are you going to eat? Huh? Look, oh my gosh. Oh, you put the knife down.
Oh yeah.
Put the knife
sorry.
down. And that even slightly. Oh.
Oh my gosh, look at the layers.
Good, isn't it? I'm glad I did that extra bit, because on a Millionaire shortbread, the base does tend to be the thickest part. Oh. Well, our biscuit's a bit firm still. I think it needs to go to room temperature, but the teeth, the gnash has got through it. That is gorgeous. Please don't be disappointed because I didn't put white chocolate on it.
I think that would have, no.
I think that would have made it for me, actually.
Made it.
What the hell are we going to do with that now? Oh, I know. You're seeing your friends, aren't you? Well, 6 of them.
Your sister's baby shower.
Oh, baby shower. Right. Turn up to a baby shower, not with a nappy with like chocolate pudding in or whatever they do. Oh my god, it's a food. You can turn up with this monstrosity. A Millionaire shortbread fit for a queen.
Thank you so
Happy?
much. Thank you.
That's alright.
That's amazing.
This video worked out in the end, didn't it? Well done, Mrs. B.
Thank you.
This is a Lotus Biscoff biscuit. In today's video, I'm going to make a massive one. Why? Just fancy doing it and I'm peckish. Recently I did homemade Biscoff and they were really nice. I was slightly disappointed by the colour of them, but they're amazing. They're actually called speculoos. There was that random fact, wasn't it? They're called Biscoff because they wanted to give it a more commercially appealing name, a mixture of biscuits and coffee, but they are absolutely loaded with spices. The one thing I think I might struggle with, we're going to make a massive dough, is to try and nail that writing on the top, which is fairly intricate like that. So I'm going to have to pull out all of my GC GCSE Arts and Crafts D grade and see where we go. We've got ground cloves, ground allspice, ground ginger, ground nutmeg, ground cinnamon. A lot of grounding, but also sounds like a Spice Girls tribute act. In fact, if you want to save some money, as we found out, allspice just kind of contains the rest, so just dump it all in there. Or you could also raid your dad's aftershave cupboard for his Old Spice. There's a little bit of cheeky bicarbonate of soda and baking powder. That's not very exciting, really. Along with some plain flour. So I'm just going to dump this in. Are you hungry, Tom?
I am. Not so much for a bowl of flour, but
Yeah, just cook
it's
this
an
up.
interesting time to ask.
Bicarbonate soda, baking powder, and now in with all these spices. Oh, and cloves. Woo! So off the George Foreman video, when we saw the fat at the end, where we basically made a baking candle, I'm saying this is making a giant biscoff. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to put as much butter in. I've actually taken probably about 2/3 of the butter that's needed. It should be 500 grams, but as you can see, we're going healthy. Look at that.
Real healthy, lovely.
Nice.
You take 100 grams off, that makes it healthy.
Yeah.
You're not going to eat the whole thing, are you? So,
No.
or are you?
Right, we've got to soften this butter now. Ding, 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 ding. Head whisk is back. It's time to blend. For reference, I have not had any Claire fryers get in touch yet about doing a video. Air fryer with Claire fryer. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is some white sugar. And when I did homemade ones before, I was a little bit disappointed in the color. I used dark brown sugar. So this is a lighter muscovado sugar. They're both gonna go in like that, okay? Now obviously that's a bit of a flip side, but with this being such a bigger biscuit, it's got to bake longer, so it could get darker. However, by maybe bringing the shade down, I'm literally clutching at Biscoff straws. It might not work, but we've got to give it a chance, right? And that still smells proper spicy, even though the spice is in there. And now it's not just a blended slab, a brick of butter, like how we described it earlier, Tom, right? Like, it's...
Yeah, we could have built a house with it earlier, I think, couldn't we?
Yeah, like just a block. It now looks like quite tasty. I mean, it's effectively buttercream, which is really nice. But yep, back to spice. Let's let 2 become 1. The buttery mix goes with the flour now. I've done this the wrong way. You would want to be adding flour into this mixture gradually. However, as you know, we've reduced down the butter. I'm feeling fairly confident, and also human error, that I put the flour in the wrong thing. It is much easier to sprinkle flour into this buttery mass. However, you know, that's my punishment. Get in there. Let's see what color this comes, because if it is too pale, I'm either going to have to overbake it, which I think is going to need to happen, or I could chuck in some more allspice.
I reckon when you bake it, it's going to take on much more colour than you think.
Yeah, there's a lot of spice hidden in that flour as well, isn't there? There's only one way to find out. Ooh! 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 Do you not make noises when you electric whisk? Right, I'll see you in a minute. This is very exciting. I'm really happy with the colour on it. It's not too dark, but look at it. It's a floury mess right now. I can handle it. It's proper dough that can be shaped. I still need to like mix it a little bit. And obviously, look, that is like way too soft, which is why we'll chill it. And this, I think this is going to be enough, because that's going to be way too fat. These things are thin. Alrighty. I mean, look at it. It's quite thin, right? It just needs a little bit of loving. I don't know what I meant by that. I've got enough dough here. I need enough for the number. I'm going to do it again. See you in a minute with hopefully a big Biscoff tongue. I'm really happy with that. It was insanely delicate. As we know, it's still room temperature, so that butter is kind of like, hello, I'm butter. Put it in the fridge, lock it in, and again, for this extra dough that we've got left over, that's where, once that chills as well, it'll help us cut the lettering, which I'm really, really, really not looking forward to way more. We're gonna shove that in the fridge, and also got a little bit of room either end for potential expansion, but we need to get this a lot colder. All right, so no guesses for what I'm doing right now. That is the Lotus wording downloaded from the internet, and it's gonna help give me a template to try and make this thing look legit. If I just go like that, just follow those lines. I cannot tell you how hard this is. I'm on my final letter and I'm flouring the knife. It's a little gummy, but once I've got it in the rough shape, That actually doesn't look like a U, but that looks exactly like the U I'm trying to do. The rest are in the fridge to firm up. Just got some squiggly lines to do. That should be all right, shouldn't it? Just have a little look at this. There is, obviously the letters, they don't take up that much of the biscuit. There's a gap between it. Then there's a border all the way around. On the north, south, east and west, there's some sort of like lump. And then there's lines from that outer line going to the edge of the biscuit. So we've got loads of dough left over. Let's dough this. Just maybe going to do like fatter ones on the end there like that. This is actually going to give me a border for the outer line to hit, and then we just fill it with the smaller lines. Right, look at that. Oh, goodness me, this is fun. This is ridiculously fun. It shouldn't be, this should be extremely stressful. The letters, I'm not gonna lie, that was horrendous. That was absolutely horrendous. Right, I wanna finish it off and do those lines, but this needs to chill for another 10 minutes. Then we'll line dance, baby. Genuinely, that looks absolutely outstanding. If last night when I was actually slightly worried about this, you told me it would look like this right now, I'd be happy. However, when it bakes, if it turns into one rectangular blob, that's another story altogether. Letters. I really must stop eating these off camera. So for reference, that's what we're going with. I can guess from there that it look, oh wow, I'm really, really happy with that. Wow. So we're gonna preheat the oven, and whilst that does preheat, we're gonna get that super chilled so that hopefully when it bakes, it does enough to like merge it, but not melt it. Get in there. And please don't melt. Do you know what? I'm thinking it ain't gonna melt because it's so thick. It's almost the thickness of those biscuits, those raised levels. So it's gonna need some serious heat to do that. I guess we'll find out in however long it takes to bake. Normally 15 minutes. I'm probably gonna go for about half an hour. That has had a whopping 45 minutes in that oven. Woo! Smell that spice. Huh? Look at that! Look at that! Oh my gosh, that's so near my arm. Wow, don't do that. I am really happy with the color difference there. It's like just gigantic. If I baked it even further, we could get that real snap on there, what these get. Because it was rolled out slightly thicker and indeed with the lettering on top, it's going to be like slightly more cookie-like, and I am certainly not against that. Indeed, like most things when you take it out of the oven, if I try and move this at all right now, it's just going to go meh. So I'm going to let this cool down, and we'll see you in about 5 hours. And that is looking amazing. Look at it.
It looks so good.
Oh my gosh. Well, here we go. I am over the moon with how that looks. Let's just slide it off here. As it's cooled down, it has got stronger. Look at this thing. It's absolutely amazing. Actually, you know what? I don't want to pick it up, I just want to eat it. Actually, on that note, whenever I make big things like this, a lot of people go, hey, you should have given that to Beard Meats Food. Thanks to the people on Twitter that actually suggested that, because we've reached out and it does look like there will be a video happening soon. So some suggestions for that would be very welcome. But for me right now, I've got my own beard. I've got Tom, right? We can do this. Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not sure I can eat all of that, mate.
Oh my gosh. As it's cooled down, look, you've got that real spicy smell, lovely crunch. It tastes so good. Slightly fresher. I might have pushed the nutmeg, if anything, slightly more, and I quite like nutmeg. I think you can actually agree. We have nailed that. Remember, the Patreon competition to win the pizza oven by the end of February. If you sign up to the top tier of my Patreon, we had some new sign-ups. It was shut for ages, so we've extended it till the end of February. Good luck with that. Amazing pizza oven, and another follow-up video. There's a whole community of people that pimp those. That's another story.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so what do you think?
That tastes like a biscuit.
You know what, I was quite scared of this. As I was watching it in the oven, the letters were kind of merging together, but you have still got that sort of, that raise where it's there, and that's enough. It's enough.
It's holding together so well when you lift it as well.
So it sounds like me. Check out the rest of the playlist with a mega food like this, and maybe the last video with the banana tea. Very cool indeed. And we'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.